Maxie, I've been thinking, should we do season 3 on the Dr. Joe show? You sure? You sure it's a good idea? That's what I'm talking about. It's getting really heavy now. No leather. No leather, no coffee, none of that. For people who don't like those type of notes, this is good. But black pepper, you know, black pepper and cereal, wheat, earthy, musty earth. It's a bit heavy, but it's good. It's good. So the brand nowadays, 3 vitolas. You only have 3 vitolas left, and each of them is getting increasingly hard to get your hands on. There used to be 12. It used to be a full production line. Now there are only 3. You have the Regio, the Serie, and the double Corona. The Regio is, by all means, really like, they call it Hermoso number 4. It's basically a Robusto. 5 inches by 48. It's very, very close. They call cigars that are 5 inches by 49 a Robusto. And 48, totally different story. But it's basically a Robusto. Then you have the Corona Gorda, 5.6 inches, a little thinner, at 46, I believe. And then you have the double Corona. Well, a double Corona. Now, why is the double Corona strange? Well, unlike other cigars in the line, that used to be in the line, it wasn't pre-revolution. It was introduced in 1988. And it ran for 10 years up until 1998, at which point it was discontinued. Why is this odd? Well, because in 2001, only 3 years later, it was reintroduced. Not only was it reintroduced, you'd think, oh, they're going to reintroduce it and put it in dress boxes with bands. They're re-zooping it up, whatever. No. In fact, it's still only available in cabinets of 50. And up until 2006, just like the original, it had no bands. Now it does have bands. 2006 on, 2007 on, they put bands on it. But still, only available in cabinets of 50. No dress boxes, nothing else. So it's good to know, as a collector of cigars, as a buyer of cigars, if you're buying any type of older cigars, vintage cigars, that a lot of these Saint Luis Reys, especially older ones, especially pre-2006, no bands. All slide lid boxes, cabinets, no bands, which makes them quite hard to identify. You have a cabinet box of Saint Luis Rey with 50 unbanded cigars in it. What are they? Oh no. Even if they're Cuban, what are they? So you have to buy from a trusted source. You know, you just have to. The value of these is not so great that I would overly worry about such a thing, but, you know, just like everything else out there, there's always somebody trying to make a buck on something. You just got to be careful, you know. I hate to see, once the embargo is lifted, how many emails I start getting about, I think I got fake cigars, man, because, man, those counterfeiters are going to come out of the woodwork, I tell you. Damn it. I think we're about done on our Saint Luis Rey here. I'm down to like a little bit of a little more than a nub. I'll try to get a few more puffs out of it. You know, so, you know, if I'm doing that, you know that I am enjoying it. Good cigar. I think the only thing that's making me like, nah, is that, you know, Was it worth buying a regional edition, spending that extra money for this cigar? Well, in a sense, yes. Because A, it really is very good tobacco. You can taste it. It is very, very good. It's definitely the best Saint Luis Rey you're going to get. And it's the only special edition Saint Luis Rey ever made. There is no other. There is one purported to come out, the Inca, but that is nothing like the cigar we have here. There we go. Got that lit up again. Very good right now. So, the Inca. Short Robusto. Peru. So, you know, well, it's not a pyramid. It's not a fancy pyramid. This pyramid here, in fact, is, you know, yeah, it's a special release, and they say special release size because it doesn't exist in the line. But technically, it's not a new size for the line. This exact same shaped cigar, exactly the same, used to be in the old line of Saint Luis Rey. The cigar I'm referring to is the Pyramid number 1. 6.1 inches long, 52 ring gauge, just like our cigar here, the Pacificos. This cigar was a pre-revolution cigar. It existed prior to 1960 in the Saint Luis Rey line, as part of the Saint Luis Rey line. I always call it Saint Luis Rey. Saint Luis Rey line, and was discontinued sometime in the 1970s. The only difference that I can gather from pictures is that it was not cylindrical like the pyramid we have here. It was more of what I would call a bellicoso. When I think bellicoso, when I think this is what when I look at a cigar like this, if you see the picture, I think bellicoso. You can see it on Cuban Cigar website. But the shape looks a little different. But it's the same measurements, same ring gauge, same length, and it's a pyramid, you know. It's a cigar with a pointy fucking cap. That, my friends, is Saint Luis Rey. Great brand history, even though it's very mysterious in its nature of us not being able to decipher what exactly the brand stood for when it was created. But all in all, it's part of the 27. It still exists today. Out of 130 plus Cuban cigar brands before the revolution, only 27 left today, and Saint Luis Rey is one of them, and that's saying something. So as few vitolas as they are, as little known as it is, as you know, I'd like to see more American buyers start trying to find the cigar and smoke it and see what they think, you know. Sales always help bring a line back, you know. But the last thing we want to do is lose another Cuban cigar line. I would say that would not be good for anyone. And so that's it. The Saint Luis Rey Pacificos, the only special release ever made for the brand thus far. Beside the Inca, which is purported to come out eventually. Who knows? But that being said, let's wrap it up. I had a good time. I thought the cigar was quite good. I'm glad I have the box because I really do want to smoke more of them and get more in tune with the Saint Luis Rey blend. I think that'll be fun. Very, very floral right now. Very woody, getting woody. Our last third went quick. You know, probably due to the tapered head. You know, the tobacco kind of winds down, gets thinner toward that end, and, you know, you just don't have as much. I cut a lot of that off, too, to try to open the cigar up. The cigar was a little pluggy, a little firm, but definitely smokable. I'll smoke some more of these. Hopefully they're a little better as far as the draw is concerned. Other than that, I think I'm pretty happy in all areas. Strength, flavor. Burn was okay. You know, just construction, going to knock a little off. But let's do our final rating. Let's take a look at what we got, and then let me allow you to wish you all a very good night as I am done smoking. That's it. Saint Luis Rey. All right, and there we have it, our Saint Luis Rey Pacificos Regional Edition Asia Pacifico, all smoked up. And overall, great cigar. Great cigar with a bit of a tight draw, but then again, like I said, there are 24 more in the box, and I'd have to go through a few more of them to see what happens. In fact, in the very last notes, if you decide to read them, I will put what I found as far as that goes, because I am going to smoke a few more before this video comes out, and I'll let you know how the draw was on those. Let's run through the numbers real quick. Appearance, a 1. You saw them. Absolutely gorgeous. Burn construction draw, all .75s. You know, like I said, a bit tight. The burn went out a little bit. You know, therefore construction definitely could have been eased up on the draw there. And if it were not for that one aspect of this cigar, we would have had a solid 9 all the way around. Pre-draw flavor, a .75, definitely above average there. Overall flavor, a 1.5. I found it to be excellent. Very pleasant, very consistent throughout as far as level goes. A few different change-ups here and there. Very enjoyable. Once again, who knows, if it wasn't for the tight draw, you know, you never know how one affects the other. Maybe my mood would have been better. Maybe I would have given it a little extra as far as scoring goes, but as we have it here, a 1.5. Aroma, a 1. Fantastic aroma. Very, very sweet smoke. Floral throughout, but like I said before, much more sweet than it was floral in this case. And along with those hints of black pepper in the aroma, wonderful. Balance, a 1. I found it to be exceptionally balanced. Starting off very, very smooth. Straight medium, picked up strength gradually. By the end, it was definitely getting onto a full, but it definitely didn't do anything it shouldn't have. And also in terms of flavor, very consistent. No sudden, crazy, unwanted notes. Excellent there. Complexity, a .75. Definitely a little above average. A few bells and whistles. And some notes that were rather interesting, as far as, you know, when I run across an interesting note, I mean one that's hard to put my finger on and enjoyable at the same time. As far as description goes, put my finger on. 8.25 final rating here on the Dr. Joe Show. A great collector's box and a very good cigar to boot. Appealing and interesting. That's what I wrote because that's how I feel, and that is all we have time for today. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this brand history episode. I know I enjoyed making it. It was a very fun cigar to smoke. I look forward to smoking more of them, and like I said, well, you should have seen it already, or right now on the screen as far as those notes go, regarding what I found in the other cigars in the box. Hopefully they weren't all plugged. Seldom is the case anymore. Used to be back in the day, not even that long ago, maybe 8 to 10 years ago, you could buy a box of Cuban cigars and they'd all be plugged. Probably longer than that by now, 10, 12 years ago. Nowadays, not so much. You may get a plug here, a plug there, but I doubt this whole box will be plugged. I'll let you know. Other than that, have a great night or a good morning, wherever you are. Keep on watching, and of course, keep on smoking. This is the Dr. Joe Show. Say goodnight, Max.